SingaPlorers is a game on Singapore. In playing this game, you will learn more about the challenges Singapore faces and how its people work together to overcome them. Are you ready? This is how you play it. First, gather your friends to play the game. You need at least one friend to play with you. Otherwise, you could play with up to 5 friends. Once you get your team, come together to fight against the challenges and keep Singapore safe. This is Singapore in its early 1960s. Everyone was working hard, but life was difficult. In 1965, Singapore became an independent nation, but faced a future with uncertainties. Overcoming the challenges, one by one, with its limited resources, this resilient nation progresses and builds a stable and prosperous Singapore. Singapore has done it successfully for the past 50 years. Let's see whether your team can do the same now. The game begins with all the 5 progress markers as well as the challenge and resource card decks in their places. So let's start. In this game, you will need to overcome the challenges using the resources your team has. Each player starts with 5 resource cards. The first player draws a challenge card and matches it with the challenge card display area. You can discuss any moves with your team, but do not tell your team members the resource cards you have. This is the rule, so be creative when you discuss among one another. Now, look at the resource cards you have. Which card do you think you can use to overcome this challenge? The number of resource cards needed to overcome each challenge depends on the number of players in your team. If there are 4 players, the team needs 4 resource cards to deal with every challenge successfully. The good news is any player can contribute more than 1 resource card. The second player then picks the next challenge card. If there are not enough resource cards to deal with the challenge, this means the team fails to overcome it. When this happens, a progress marker is removed. When all the 5 progress markers are removed, this represents Singapore is in danger and the team loses the game. When the team successfully overcomes all the 4 types of challenges, this means Singapore remains successful and therefore all the players win the game.
We're SingaPlorers, the Singapore explorers. Together we learn and conquer.
Go to www.SingaPlorers.sg to download and print your own game set today.